Okay, we're back with Tom Eagen with Innoworks, and today we just want to talk about workers' comp and how a PEO can help businesses navigate the different aspects of managing different employees' workers' comp. So, Tom, can you explain exactly what workers' compensation is and how PEOs assist businesses in managing that aspect?
Sure, I'll keep it really simple. And then we have something that we always say in the business, and that's outsource your workers' comp. You don't want that liability on yourself. It's something we deal with every day with hundreds of clients, all of the things that pop up. But workers' comp is something that, unless you are an owner of a company, you must have workers' comp for your employees, anybody that's doing a job for you. Again, workers' comp ties in with payroll beautifully because it's based on every hour that you work. There's a dollar amount associated with that job that you're doing. And that dollar amount, that money, goes towards protecting you and the employer in case you get injured. So workers' comp is important. You know, in my generation, you always heard of people working under the table, being paid, and taxes not being paid. You're not paying Social Security. But even more importantly is your workers' comp, because if you get a cut, step on a nail, anything happens, even in an office, your chair breaks and you hurt your back, workers' comp comes into play. And as I said before, outsource your risk management. That's just a smart thing to do. Something that we're going to do as a PEO, we're going to come out to your business, we're going to visit. But this is not to just tear your business apart and make you spend money that you shouldn't spend, you otherwise wouldn't have to spend. It's a service that we provide to make sure that you're compliant, that nobody's going to get hurt because you didn't put a guard on a machine, or that there's not an exit sign working, or fire extinguishers in the right place, little things. And it's a helpful list, and it's not overwhelming. And we're not coming in the door to upset you. We're coming to work. We're partners in this. We're only as good as you are. So we want to protect ourselves and protect you and the employees. So it's something that having a crisis prevention team together, that is something we have. And we send one of our crisis prevention team members out to your business. That's huge. It's going to give you quick and an accurate risk assessment. And that's not something you're going to get anywhere else. Even my dad was in the boating business with years of experience, but he walked by the same machines every day and didn't see something that OSHA saw when they came in for an inspection. And it was a big deal. It was a machine that we used every day to cut teak wood to make the parts for the boats. And we were down for almost a month waiting for that part to come in.
Wow.
And my dad's feeling was, well, we've done this for 40 years and we never had a problem. And OSHA said, well, you've been very lucky, because that big blade catches somebody's sleeve. And that's something that we could have caught. Now looking back, this company, Innoworks, could have caught for my dad. So it's pretty simple. You have to have workers' comp. We do it, we save you money on workers' comp because you're part of a big group. You're not going out as a sole business trying to get workers' comp. So it's a no-lose situation for most business owners. It's a must. And we stay up with the state regs, which is huge. As things change, we'll let you know. And again, it's us communicating with the owner, something we do every day. So.
And as a PEO, y'all work with so many businesses across so many industries that they may have something come up, or you have more knowledge about what other businesses have struggled with, what other workers' comp cases have come up than what this one small business may have in this one industry. So with that additional information, that additional experience, you're able to advise better.
Absolutely.
Because you're aware of more that could go wrong.
Yeah, well, think about it. I mean, you have a list of services that we provide for you. You have a list of phone numbers and people attached to those phone numbers. So if you have a human resource problem, you know who you're calling. You're calling Rachel. You have a problem with workers' comp, you're calling Jeff. And then, Jeff in our office may end up referring back out to Tom, who's on the road, who's our risk assessment person, or Mike, somebody from the to work out the numbers. Why was I charged this? Why is this on my bill? It's one phone call. That person you'll talk to on that phone call or a return phone call probably within 15 minutes, and we'll make you feel comfortable. May not always be happy, that's business, but you'll know exactly what's going on and what to expect from an injury, or if something changes with the state. If something happens that your workers' comp goes down, we're happy, and if it goes up, there's a reason for it, and we can explain it. So we have you covered regarding anything workers' comp.
Yeah. So what specific services do PEOs provide when it comes to workers' comp?
So again, we're going to help you understand what the workers' comp code is. In other words, how that employee is classified within the workers' comp landscape. If you're a roofer, you have a code, but that code changes from state to state. So it depends on what state you're working in. That will also determine how much you're going to pay per 1 hour worked, how much you'll be paying for workers' comp. The other component is when there is an injury, we need the information on the injury as quickly as possible, so we can send the employee out to get the correct doctor locked in, doctor's visit. We also want to get the paperwork started, so if he's going to miss time, all of that is calculated in the payroll. All of these things that you don't think about until they happen. So
and that's awesome to have just another set of eyes looking out for things, making sure all of your ducks are in a row, so that way it's not just all on the small business owner or their small team that they may have working with them.
That's it. And that's something that we stay up with, the compliance regs, the risk assessment, and insurance requirements, along with crisis prevention, quick and accurate risk management. I mean, these are big terms that are scary for most people. And this is something that we do every single day. So I can't imagine now having more than 2 or 3 employees and not having a PEO watching my back and having a great relationship with them. So even if it's a little HR thing that comes in the door, I can bounce it off someone who does that every day and tell me what I should be looking for.
So last question, what is one of the biggest benefits, or like what you think benefits businesses the most when it comes to partnering with a PEO for workers' comp?
It's pretty simple. It's the same thing that it is with payroll, and it's cost savings and time savings. I think just finding a company like ours, Innoworks, that cuts to the chase. You know exactly at the beginning of the month what it's going to cost you to be with the PEO. There are no surprises. There are no curveballs. You know how much money you have to spend. You know how much time you have to work on building your business. And that's basically every hour in the day, if you're not worrying about workers' comp, human resource things, and workers' comp, human resource, and payroll. If you're not worrying about those things, you have the whole day to focus on moving forward. So that's it. That's the biggest thing that a PEO can provide.